Well, it's the morning of the race. It's actually the second morning, but most of the competitors opted not to fly yesterday. I'm all set up. I'll be launching soon. There's people watching. I hope I don't screw it up. We'll know soon. A little nervous. Alright, so the deal is I laid out my wing in the dark because I didn't want to be rushed. And now it's covered with dew, which has me a little nervous because it's heavy. But it's about go time, so we're gonna go.
I just told Lara, stay low your first leg.
Roger.
Because these guys are not gonna make it back. And once you get past that first leg, climb really high.
Okay.
5K. Okay.
Roger that.
Thank you. Always have it out. Always.
Woody from the future here. I thought I'd explain that. So, because there's a big headwind, those headwinds tend to be much faster up high. And Eric was saying, hey, fly low and you'll penetrate a little better because you won't be fighting such a fast headwind. It'll be slower near the ground. And then he says, always have an out. And what he means by that is you fly from landing zone to the landing zone. Always be prepared because your motor could go out at any time. And while I guess that's true for, like, I think single engine planes, Cessnas, all those guys are always looking for a landing zone. On a paramotor, that's like triply true, quadruple true. You know, these things, they really do run out sometimes, and you change into a paraglider. So keep that in mind and have a spot to land.
I wanted to launch a little sooner so we have more good air, but you get what you get. And just chill. I've done this before. Everything is okay. Just wait for this guy to clear. I'm gonna try and launch this bitch. How embarrassing. I didn't get on the gas while I checked my wing and did that in front of everybody. Alright, take a breath.
I'm gonna clip you really quick. You're gonna have a friction knot here.
Roger that. Alright. So the challenge here can be, if the wing wasn't wet before, it is now. So hard pull on the A's, more throttle off the start, get in the air, dry it off.
Woody from the future here. I have so much to talk about with regards to this launch and everything that led up to blowing it and kind of the slump I was in at the time that this happened. Before I do, or maybe while I do, I'll let you check out, there happened to be a drone overhead that captured it while I was launching. So this is what the good launch looked like from above. They were very kind in that they didn't show my bad launch, so I don't have footage of that, but I can talk about it. All right, so the weekend before, I blew 6 launches. 6 launches before I finally had a success.
It's really windy just above the ground, so people are staying super low.
In addition to the fact that it took me 6 launches the weekend before, like a week or two before that I blew a launch, and to me this is a slump. I had been crushing every launch for like months. So it got in my head a little bit, like, all right, you know, you've lost your launch mojo. And I guess what I'm saying is, mechanically, I may have just not pulled on the A's hard enough or not had on the gas soon enough. But mentally, like, it was like I wasn't just doing what I knew how to do. So let me explain the 6 blown launches, because they were my fault, I guess. Everything's ultimately my responsibility, but it wasn't a mistake. So on the left here, that is what my risers are supposed to look like. On the right is what they actually look like the day that I blew all those launches. And it's not obvious, but the part that is the circle, it slid through that buckle to the left of it. And for you paramotor people, it did the equivalent of like a beeline stall.
I thought she left me. I'm so happy to see Lara. Oh. Woo!
All right, that was past Woody, and silly past Woody, she totally left you. That's going to be a problem for you all weekend. But back on topic. So what happened is, as I was inflating, the wing on one side wasn't inflating correctly. And I thought it was my mistake. I just needed to try again. I've got all these well-meaning people around me.
Shit, I don't think that was Lara. Gosh darn it.
Yeah, it wasn't her. So I have all these well-meaning people around me saying, give it more gas, pull this, run under the wing, etc. As if it was like something I was doing wrong.
I don't see anybody.
And not like a problem with the way that my risers were. I guess you'd call it tangled up. But to me, this is like a weakness of the riser system. I generally love this wing, but it's something that I now like pre-flight for really carefully because they can get tangled in a weird way.
Oh, that's a tandem pilot. Shucks.
You'll be happy to know, future Woody can tell you, I got out of my bad launch slump. I've been launching actually like super well now. I got the knack for my new wing and I feel better about it. But that's all future Woody stuff.
It must be that way. Because if the sunrise is in the east, I had my north messed up.
Yep, that's what happened.
Oh, I see someone in the distance. That must be with me.
Yep, that turns out to be Lara way in the distance. I'm able to chase her down and do a bunch of the first leg with her. But yeah, anyway, I lost my sort of launch mojo, and I hate that I started the Icarus race without it, but that's in the past. So much of sports is mental. You know, I used to not buy into that, but you know, if you're not having your best day ever, there must be a reason for that. It's not like your body got worse. It's just that like you didn't do what you know how to do. And that's what happened on my launch there. Anyway, let's jump forward some.
So, I need to fix my seat and my trimmers so I can get comfy and get fast.
So I'll explain. My teammate and partner, Laura, had spent a lot of time really getting the navigation like squared away and all set. So I think in hindsight, I depended too much on her for navigation aid. And that meant that when I was separated from her, I was kind of uncertain. I did have the points in my phone, so I was self-sufficient. But somehow in my head, when we weren't together, something was wrong. And I don't think she had that same mindset. And it turned out to be a bit of a disconnect all weekend.
All right. Not too much to see for a little bit. I'm just going to turn off the camera while I try to catch up. All right. So I'm much closer to her now. If you can see her, she's over there. And it looks like I'm real close, but the thing is, into this headwind, she's almost parked, which is how I was able to catch her. I kind of flew on an angle and moved like a crab to get this far. So even though she's only, a couple hundred yards away, she might be a couple minutes in front of me. My strategy was to get real low, where there's less wind, and use that to catch up. And it looks like she has the same strategy, but everything is cool, provided that I can see her. Woo! Found the bumps. So, alright, I'm gonna get back to flying. See, I'm just thinking about it. In these bumps where the turbulence is, it's probably breaking up the headwind too. So I should start moving. I'm gonna get flying. Jesus. So, things are going good. I'm happy. I just thought I'd turn on the camera and point out that castle thing, because there's not a lot of castles in North Carolina. I don't know what that's there for, but I think these are orange groves, but I don't smell oranges, which would be cool. Anyway, I'm doing about 5 miles an hour ground speed and probably about 25 miles an hour airspeed. So, not a lot of progress, but I have plenty of fuel and we're just moving forward. Lara's just behind me and everything is good. So far, the Icarus race is fun. I'm about 20 minutes into it. Well, it's 10 after 9, so I've been flying for about an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes, and overall things are great. You know, like I really like flying. So I'm just up here, bebopping around. It is getting a little bumpy, but I hope it's permanent. I don't know. My bump tolerance has gotten so much better, even in just the last hour. Like, things that used to make me swear and scare, now I don't know. I don't even take my hands off it. I don't even grab the brakes for them. I'm just like, yeah. That's happened like 100 times in the last 15 minutes. It'll be fine. That's my partner, Lara. I like her in front of me because I think she's better at navigating. So, but the other trouble is I'm a little bit faster. So every so often I make a loop and get behind her. But we're doing great, flying around, bebopping, and I think our first fuel stop is not too far from now. And from there we'll talk and make decisions and stuff like that. Alright, so I've got a problem. I'm pretty much out of gas. I took a picture of my gas tank like 10 minutes ago, and there was hardly any in there. I'm mildly lost, and I lost my partner. I see a building over there, which I assume means there's a road over there, which, yeah, I see a car. So I'm gonna land out over there and then use my phone to call the crew and see if we can't get things back together. But as it stands, I feel like I'm in rough shape. And if I don't land like where I want to over there, then I'm gonna end up landing in some cow field. That's bad news. So that's my plan. I want to make it to that building. I may even have an address to give our support crew, and everything will be okay. So that's where we're headed. Fuck.
Woody from the future here. I was quite concerned at this point in the video. Do you see that line of trees right in front of me? That's kind of like a narrower spot. What I was hoping to do was glide over it. And I wasn't sure if I was going to make it or not. But if I can get over it, not only does that cut out on my walk quite a bit, I'm closer to the road. And most importantly, I can land into this headwind. If you land into the wind, then your ground speed's really low. Like, let's say you land at like 12 miles an hour through the air. If the wind's going 12 miles an hour, you just go straight down. But I tried to restart it, as you just heard, and that didn't work out. Like that, it ran for like 5 seconds. So at this point, I decide that making it over the trees is too risky, and I'm going to land with a tailwind. And up high here, it didn't seem that fast, but as I get in close, things seem different.
Holy shit, this is fast.
So overall, that was pretty successful, I think. Both my wing and I managed to not land in cow poop in a field covered with cow poop. And I think I could have even ran out all that speed, but the wind caught the wing in front of me. And because of that, it kind of pulled me forward, and I took a knee on my landing. But neither the wing nor I nor any of my equipment really were damaged in the landing. And, it's a good landing if you can walk away from it. It's a great landing if you can reuse your equipment. I'm calling that a great landing. So I for some reason, I thought that the camera was off and didn't work, but whatever. I'm on the ground.
So it looks like the camera on my head ran out of batteries, but I thought I'd capture this. I ran out of fuel and I landed in this cow field. I just wanted to go like one more mile because there's a road up there. So now I'm hiking it. I've got my wing on my back. I'm gonna make 2 trips, and I'll bring my motor the second time around. I'm okay. I landed downwind super fast, but everything is good. I just have a little exercise to do to make up for some poor planning. I guess that's how it goes. All right, so let me do a status update here. I landed out in a cow field in the middle of nowhere and had to walk miles. Left things out there, had to walk more miles. It's been rough. Lara also has had a rough time. Speed bar lines touched her prop. Need new prop, need new speed bar lines. And you know, I think the bottom line is like this kind of sexy takes a lot of work, and this is how it happens. Alright, so after running out of fuel this morning and landing in some random cow field, we were all set up again. We drove like half of the top leg in an effort to sort of stay on some kind of schedule, and we need to fix her paramotor because she had a little run-in with a loose line and it ruined her prop. And we need to fix her line, and then we're going to launch again. It's windy as heck, but we're going to launch again and try and make it down the southern coast of Florida a bunch. We'll see how that goes. It's the end of day 2. For me, day 1, but for the race started and most people didn't go on the first day. It's been bumpy, but fun. I learned a lot. By bumpy, I mean challenging. We did the first leg. As you know, I ran out of gas. I landed in the cow field. I have this watch that counts my steps, and I did like 25,000 steps today. That's a lot. A lot of it hauling like heavy gear and paramotors and wings. We went to do another leg this afternoon, and my partner and I got separated and ended up landing back where we started. That was really bumpy and challenging. And then afterwards we're like, well, you know, we're kind of out of time. So I just flew at that place for a while and got in a really nice flight. So it was kind of cool. I did a reverse launch. I don't do that all the time, so it was nice to get that practice in. And tomorrow we're going to try to do the last leg. I don't know, we're probably going to go, I'm making this up, maybe 100 miles from Lake Okeechobee to Lake Wales in Florida. I'm going to shower, get recharged as best I can, and tomorrow's a really big day. If we do what we set out to do, I'll be very proud. They call it the world's toughest air race. There's 2 divisions, race and adventure. The race guys are unsupported, and they're really hardcore. 3 guys entered, 2 finished already, and another will. The adventure division, the less hardcore, 6 people entered, and all but 4 have dropped out. Just me and my partner are left. So I should say all but 2 dropped out. 4 did drop out, and I don't know. I'm kind of proud of that. You know, she had equipment failures, so we had to drive parts, and you know, I had to walk because I ran out of gas, and some people quit when they just looked at the weather report because that's been rough, and I don't know. It's not that I've done anything really remarkable, but you know, we're still here. So I feel like we're made of somewhat stern stuff, maybe. I'm going to shower up so that tomorrow when I wake up that'll be done already-ish, and we'll just get to flying.
Multi-million-dollar deals, got $1 million deal. When I was younger, I would wonder how $1 million feel. And for real, it feel like I ain't even broke a seal. Cause when you drop hits, they want you to pick up the bill. Now my life is in Maryland, my heart is in Chicago. New York state of mind, but out LA, man, that's where I go. When I need to lay this shit down, so much on my mind, that's the reason I'm spitting now.